Well, g'day folks, it's Joe here, and my 3DS leveled up overnight, and it gained the record video perk, so now that the sun's out, I thought I'd take it for a spin, and just see what it can do in good daylight, because I checked out the first few videos that went up on YouTube after the update, and yeah, there's no shortage of crappy low light videos on there, and I thought, well, they probably don't really do it justice. So yeah, now the sun's out, we'll find out what it can do in good light. And of course you won't be able to see it in 3D, but I will, so sucked in. And well, I don't think YouTube encoded too harshly when the 3DS videos went up, by the looks of it. I didn't see a lot of artifacts, other than what was deserved, what the cameras actually picked up. But I don't really have the eye for it. I'm a little bit picky when it comes to video, but I don't have a whole lot of technical knowledge, so I could be wrong about that. Yeah, excuse my shaky hands too. I don't think there's any stabilizer in it, but I'm not the stablest of guys, so if it looks heaps shaky, that's at least partially me. And if I seem to be gravitating towards small plants and stuff, that's because I like them, so if that pains you, that's your loss, I suppose. And incidentally, I've got my phone recording at the same time. I'm holding them together, so I'll put that one up as well, just I guess sort of for a comparison. Not that my phone's any kind of a benchmark for video quality, but yeah, if anything, the 3DS actually seems to get, like it was really foggy this morning and I did a quick recording, and the colour was usually really good. There were certain times when it seemed to sort of get the wrong palette, like it had the wrong idea of what we were looking at, and it was trying to colour correct when it shouldn't. But then once, like when I went and focused on the grass after that, things went back to normal, because I guess it has an easy time with grass. I'm not too sure what confused it really, but yeah, so I'm learning, I don't know what this is going to look like. I haven't seen a 3DS video shot in daylight yet. Well, there was that one of the dude taking something out to the bin, which yeah, I think he was trying to show off how bad it was really from the way he was moving and everything, and from his own comments on it. But to me it looked alright. I was sort of impressed by that, because the clarity's heaps better when there's adequate light for it. And so, any requests, if anyone wants to see anything on the 3DS, oops. There's a loose hinge issue there. Yeah, just leave a comment if there's anything you want to see, and I'll see if I can accommodate that. Not much else to say really, I'll just keep it rolling, I suppose. The more the merrier, so yeah, and from what I saw, it looks like we're getting a delivery. From what I saw early on, from my first recording this morning, oh no, unless he's giving us a street sign, it just looks so much better in 3D. Like, you look at it in 2D on YouTube and it's like, yeah, pretty poor quality, kind of what I expected. pretty disappointing. But in 3D it just really comes to life. What is that? There's a snail here, but I can't find him. He's probably right in the middle of the thing, isn't he? Is that him? It's pretty hard to see with the daylight on the screen. But yeah, it just pops. It just, like I say, it comes to life in 3D. It's just awesome. So, yeah, don't write it off from what you see online, because it doesn't do it justice. Like, yeah, I mean, you know, of course the clarity's not any better and the resolution isn't any better in 3D, but you do have two viewpoints on everything. So really you are getting, you know, a fair bit more information, and what your brain can do with that too, combining it into one image, is, in a lot of ways, I'd say it's better than having twice the resolution. But that's a matter of taste as well. Just washing the car before the sun came out. That timing went pretty well. Gee, that's fascinating, isn't it? Hi YouTube, I washed my car. By the way, I'm this guy. Bye. Oh well. Told you I didn't have anything else to say. And yeah, you'll probably pick up a lisp as well. That's the microphone in the 3DS. It's pretty shabby. I don't mind. You know, people whine about the sound quality and the picture quality, but it's like, well, you paid less for the 3DS than almost anything out there. Like, most phones outright cost more. Most cameras, well, no, there's some cheap cameras, but I mean, it's a game console at its core, and it does that well. Like, it doesn't need to have a camera in it. It would have been a fully fledged console without a camera at all. So for it to be able to record, you know, even subpar 3D video with or without sound is pretty awesome. So, you know, yeah, like, of course don't buy it if you're going to try and shoot a movie and sell it, but who would? And don't buy it expecting, you know, you're getting a $250 camera, because, you know, it'd still be a bargain without a camera in it. So camera's a bonus. That's how I see it. It was a big selling point for me. I was really keen on the camera. That's one of the things I bought it for. But it didn't have to be. Like, yeah, it would have done just fine without it. So I don't know, if you're watching this, you probably agree with me. So I might as well just stop preaching to you. But that's another cool thing about it too. I think it's called a single focus camera. So that means it doesn't change focus. So yeah, you know, things don't come up that clear, but it doesn't have to, you know, nothing's out of focus. Like, you can do instant macro. You can just go from a long shot straight to macro, and there's no focus lag, which is really cool. Yeah, so like I said, oh, just in case you haven't picked this up anywhere else, people reckon it shoots at 20 frames per second, which seems about right to me. And it looks, you know, it looks pretty choppy in low light, but I reckon with all this sunlight, it's going to look pretty good. You know, like 20 frames per second is never going to be smooth when you're walking around and swinging around and stuff, but